In this video, we're going to take a look at the very popular and very recognizable theme song from A Charlie Brown Christmas. It's Vince Guaraldi's composition called Linus and Lucy. It's syncopated, it's a lot of fun to play. You're going to want to know how to play it. Let me play it for you through once, and then we'll come back and show you how to do it. So just before we dive into the tutorial, if you could just reach down and give the video a thumbs up, that would be great. It really helps the channel. Thank you so much for doing that. And if you'd like to subscribe, hit the little bell and we'll notify you of all the upcoming videos that we're making. All right, Linus and Lucy, what a great tune. Let's take a look at it and we'll see if we can make some sense out of it. So the main point of this is syncopation. And what you're really going to need to pay attention to is these notes, the and of four, the and of four, the and of four, and so on. And that continues pretty much throughout the tune. And so what I always suggest to people is you've got to get that and of four in your soul. But first, as we think about that, we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and then there's a space on 4, so we don't play 4, it's the only beat we don't play, and then and on the 4. All right, let's play through it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's really important because if you can think through it slowly like that, then it slowly gets into your soul a little bit and it basically swings. It's like boogaloo feel. Okay, that's really important. Just play that left hand as many times as you need in order for it to start sounding correct. Now you'll know it when you hear it and you'll feel it when you hear it as well. So let's just scroll down a little bit and we'll get to the melody. Melody starts on the and of 4. You can see it over here, right here. Starts on the and of 4 and then plays along with the bass. Now the only change is it doesn't play this note here and it plays where the bass isn't playing. So it's actually playing on 4, which is interesting. So we start on 4 at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's really important. So I would suggest maybe separating that out into 2 sections. The first one, like that, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Right, starting on the and of 4. And then maybe playing that bass note at the end. Because that bass note's by itself. Like that. And the second part is where it starts on the E flat here in the bass, and those 2 notes. And then play that last 8th note. Like that. Whoops. And then you just continue that throughout. Now, obviously the bass note changes here from the A flat to these notes, which is the F here. And that's really hard. I think it's probably the reason why many people don't play this tune, is because they might hear it and go, wow, that sounds really cool. And then they sit down to try and figure it out, and it's all this syncopation going on. It's not the easiest thing to do. So it's just about repeating it over and over again until it gets inside you. That's really important, right? Da, 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 bass note, and then bass note. Really? I mean, yeah, I could do that all day long, but unless you try it and really see where the spaces are and where the syncopation is and where the feel is, it's not going to be easy to do. And that's really the whole tune. The only other change is, of course, you've got other notes to contend with. So let's take a look at those other notes, where it goes and skips up to a B natural. And I'm referring to this right here, this section. That part's a little bit easier because it's got less notes in it. So it's just, you know. Try to hit these notes, obviously, at the same time. These ones here and these ones here. These are played at exactly the same time. Erase that, get it out of your way. Might be a good idea as well to play it really slow, just to get the feel and the notes correct. And that's really all there is to the head. There's only a little bit of difference here at B, where you've got these block chords, where it goes. Not that hard to play. It's really impressive though. You got these really wide spaced chords. You've got this D flat triad all the way up here, and then these octave bass notes. I think if you have any questions or comments about how to play that, put them below. Like, for example, if you figured out a different way to approach it that might be helpful to our listeners, then please post that below. But I think following the sheet music along is a good idea, noticing where all the notes line up and the syncopation that comes with it. Now, the only other thing about this tune is you've got this bridge section. goes on here. And I'm not going to go through this in terms of like an actual tutorial. It's like you really need to just read the notes. Keep in mind, when Vince Guaraldi plays it on the album, he's got a bass player. So we're really just playing like almost like a bossa nova bass. And then it goes on here, down a little bit. Getting back into it, that syncopation after playing that, not easy as well. So you might want to just kind of work over those last bars. And then there's another section to this in the sheet music where it's a transcription of Vince Guaraldi's solo. You don't have to play that solo. Usually I just kind of solo on my own. You know, and just improvise over those chords. They're not the easiest chords to improvise over, by the way. You're talking about E flat to D flat 7 to C to D flat to E flat. It's not a very traditional like 2-5-1 progression. So it does take a little bit of practice. And that's pretty much the whole tune. There is an ending here that, yeah, right this section here where it goes. Something like that. And then just ends on the A flat. Great tune. Let me post a link to the sheet music up here in the corner. You can go and download it and learn it. And if you have any questions about the content, you can, again, post it in the comments below. And if you're looking for other pieces of Christmas sheet music to practice, including another tune by Vince Guaraldi called Christmas Time Is Here, let me post a link to that video tutorial, and you can go and check that out. My name is Paul Tobey. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next video.